Hello again, vinyl community, it's Matt here, and today I've got a little stack of vinyl to show you guys. If you've seen some of my more recent videos, I've mentioned that I've got like a cube space of records that I've been meaning to show and just hadn't gotten around to it. So today's the day. At least today's the day for some of them. So these are mostly rock albums, one or two that veer more into pop rock territory, but yeah, like I said, they've been sat in the cube for a while, so let's just dig into it. First up, we have Guns N' Roses' Greatest Hits. I do have Appetite for Destruction on vinyl already, but somebody was selling this on, I think it was Reddit. It was on one of the subreddits, and it was a really good price, and so I grabbed it. It wasn't in the shrink, but it's still basically near mint, and it's on this very nice sort of splatter vinyl, which I'll show you guys right here, the sort of gray splatter, which I think was an exclusive to I don't know if it was Target or Barnes and Noble or some store, but I'm pretty sure it was something like that. Anyway, it's a gatefold. Here's the now, as you guys might know, I usually leave the shrink on these, so don't usually get to open up a gatefold, but this didn't have the shrink on it. So yeah, two records, and this came out last year. That's all the classics, you know, Welcome to the Jungle, Sweet Child of Mine, Patience, Paradise City, Knocking on Heaven's Door, Civil War, You Could Be Mine, November Rain, Live and Let Die, and several others. So really good stuff, and I quite like Guns N' Roses. You know, I'm not like a diehard fan, but I like them enough to want to get some of their stuff on vinyl, you know. Next up is the only one in this pile that I haven't actually yet listened to, and that's CCR, Creedence Clearwater Revival Chronicle, the 20 Greatest Hits, and again, it's a double album, and it's sort of a funny thing. I got this because I went through, I'm sorry for it's a bit of glare with the light, but I went through a bit of a spell of thinking, well, there were some bands that I had individual albums for, but I wasn't that into them, and so I thought, well, what if I got rid of the individual albums, you know, sold them or traded them in, and got like a best of or greatest hits. The irony with some of these being like this one, that, well, I had two of their albums, but this is a double, and it's a modern double album, so it's got a really thick spine, so it's easily as thick as those two albums were, so it's taking up just as much space as it was before. But anyway, that's fine, it doesn't matter. And you guys have seen this. This is a modern reissue, but this has been around for decades, and you know, the usual stuff. Proud Mary, Bad Moon Rising, Green River's on here, Fortunate Son, Who'll Stop the Rain, Have You Ever Seen the Rain? So, you know, as long as I can see the light, that's a great song. So, you know, it's all the usual good stuff from CCR. Next up is REO Speedwagon, The Hits, and again, this replaced a couple of albums that I had. Not much to say about this. I got it from Best Buy a couple of months ago, and you know, the usual stuff. Keep on Loving You, Take It on the Run, Can't Fight This Feeling, Time for Me to Fly. Sort of run-of-the-mill REO Speedwagon, but you know, they were really big in the 80s. They've been around since definitely since the 70s, since the early 70s. And again, this just replaced a couple of albums that I had, so I thought, why not? It was only $22, so next up I think it's just, yeah, it's just on black vinyl, which, and as I've said now more than once, I don't really care about the color of the vinyl, but I know some people do, so if it's something that's different, I guess I'll take it out of the sleeve and I'll show it to you. But next up we have Foreigner, 40, and this actually replaced several Foreigner albums, so that's okay. I think I had, at least 3 or 4 Foreigner albums that this one replaced. And it's a double album, and it's, you know, again, it's a best of. And all the classic Foreigner stuff, Feels Like the First Time, Cold as Ice, Hot Blooded, Double Vision, Head Games, Urgent, Waiting for a Girl Like You, I Want to Know What Love Is, of course. That Was Yesterday, Star Rider. Oh, it's a live version of Star Rider, which is Yeah, it's good. It's a bit of a bummer though. I don't like it when you get like a greatest hits album and some of the songs aren't original, like they're live albums. Oh, sorry, live versions. I have another album that I got recently. It's not in this stack, but I will show it to you guys at some point, where it was the same thing. One of the songs was a live version, which I was kind of bummed about, but anyway, yeah, it's good stuff. You know, I like a bit of Foreigner. Vinyl sounds really nice. It's a nice pressing. Next up, and this is kind of appropriate because today is the 30th anniversary of this. I've had this sat around for months and I just haven't shown it. REM Out of Time. This is a Target exclusive. They call it Lemonade vinyl. In reality, it's just yellow vinyl, which I know has been pressed elsewhere. Like, I mean, like when I say that, it looks nice. It sounds really nice too, actually, especially for given that it's colored vinyl. When I say it's been pressed elsewhere, I mean that Target were not the only ones to get this color of vinyl. They just decided to call it Lemonade and make it sound more exclusive than it actually was. I've seen it. I've seen other people posting on Instagram about this, and it has a different sticker on it, but it still looks like the same shade of yellow to me. So I don't know. But yeah, of course, you guys all know this. Losing My Religion and Shiny Happy People, probably the two most well-known songs from this album. But I also really like Near Wild Heaven, Half a World Away. Low is a great song too. So you know, this was, I don't remember how much this was, probably about $20. So it was I think, you know what, I think I got this when, didn't Target have like a sale on a few months ago? It's like a buy two, get one free. I'm pretty sure they did. I think that's when I got it. Because I think I got this at the same time. This was online. It wasn't like, I think the sales might have been in store, but I ordered these from their website. Genesis, We Can't Dance. I am very much, I'm sure this is sacrilegious, but I'm very much in the Phil Collins era Genesis camp. I much prefer the latest stuff. I like Peter Gabriel. In fact, I really like him as a solo artist. I have several of his solo albums. I just never really quite got into the slightly more prog stuff in the 70s. I like the more radio-friendly pop rock direction they went in. And I know that some people don't, or at least some people would say that it wasn't as good as their 70s output. But this is a terrific album. I don't know if it's my favorite of theirs, because, you know, you've got Invisible Touch and you've got the self-titled album from 1983, but it's really good. No Son of Mine and Jesus He Knows Me, those are great songs, and Driving the Last Spike is a fabulous song too. The title track is fun. I'm a big fan as well of Hold On My Heart. I think that's a lovely song. So this has been on my radar for years actually, and it finally got reissued. I don't know if this has a date on it. 2018, so 2 or 3 years ago this was reissued. So because the originals go for, you know, a lot more money. Deacon Blue, Raintown. This is very much sort of 80s pop rock, and it has the song Dignity on it, which is one of their better known songs. So it might be a song that some of you guys know, but the whole album is fantastic. This really is a nice song. This was released in 87, yeah, 1987, and yeah, it's like I said, it's just a nice pop rock, very solid. It is really nice. And finally, Jerry Rafferty, Night Owl. I have his first solo album, City to City, which is just a wonderful album. I think one of the best albums of the 70s. And I picked this up. I found it for pretty cheap on eBay. It was still in the shrink, and it's in really nice condition. This is from 1979. It is good. It's good. I don't think it's anywhere near as good as City to City. City to City had several songs on it that to me are like, I mean, just like near masterpieces, honestly. Like Baker Street, of course. Stealing Time is a wonderful song from that album. And oh, what was it? Yeah. I can't think of the name. It's going to come to me in just a second. Oh, right down the line. Jeez, I'm sorry. I should probably edit that out, but I won't. Right down the line. And some other really great songs on it too. And this is a very pleasant listen. It is. Jerry Rafferty's melody is always really nice. Um, it just, you know, you go from an album that's so far up here. In some ways, there's only one way to go. And so it felt like, and I hadn't listened to the album before until I got it. So it felt like a little bit of a letdown because it's just kind of here, which is still better than a lot of albums, but it just didn't quite live up to the first one. But I'm still pleased I got it. I wanted it. Like I said, it is still in the shrink, and it was a good price. So, you know, so what the heck, right? All right, guys, that's it. Yeah, thank you as always for watching. I'm just going over in my mind whether I should edit out that right down the line thing, but yeah, it's all good. Yeah, thank you as always for watching, guys, and always appreciate everyone's comments. And until next time, bye bye.